What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with Deck Solutions. So I'm going to be sharing my screen in just a couple minutes. I do apologize for not being able to go live for our Sunday stock talk. So I thought I'd make a quick little Sunday stock talk for about 15 minutes and kind of just talking about the stocks that you guys wanted me to analyze, as well as just talk about one or two stocks that I personally want to talk about. And I hope that you guys can actually watch this video before the market opens. So I will have it posted probably in 1 hour before pre-market hours, enough for you guys to actually be able to watch it very quickly, and then to be able to kind of just see what it is that I saw in the stocks that you guys want to talk about. But other than that, that's really just it. I do apologize for all the background noise. This is one of the only places that I was able to get decent Wi-Fi connection. So I'll try to get the video uploaded as soon as possible. But then I did also upload another video. It's called The Making of a Millionaire, so it was part 2. And I did that with a couple of my friends like the Bo Bros and then Tanner Fox. So feel free to check that out if you haven't done so already. But again, I would suggest watch this video first and then let me know if you guys have any questions. But I do want to thank you guys again for all your support and your patience, especially during my travel here to first originally Barcelona, Spain, and now I'm in San Sebastian, Spain. But yeah, thank you guys for everything that you guys do, and just, you know, continue working as hard as you guys can. Appreciate you guys. Alright guys, so I'm going to start sharing my screen and kind of get right into it just so I can make it a little bit more efficient for you guys. So simply what I'm going to search up on this search bar within the Tech Solutions platform, I'm going to search up POLL, so the pull option. And the reason I'm doing that is because I asked you guys the day before, and I told you guys to add a pull option for me to analyze, or a stock for me to analyze during our Sunday stock talk. So these are the top 5 that you guys suggested. Again, Happy Father's Day is not one, but I'll go ahead and like that one. So we'll do HUSA, Tesla, DCTH, ADMP, and WKHS. It looks like these were the main ones that everyone was focusing on. So again, I'm going to go to the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform and get started. So I'm simply going to search up, oops, sorry, wrong thing. So HUSA. Alright, and again, I'm just going to be sharing my whole thought process when it comes to this stock and kind of where it stands. At the end of it, you guys want to make sure that you guys do your own analysis when it comes to deciding to jump into or invest in any certain stock. And again, never trade based on anyone else's opinion, and only invest in what it is that you personally see value in. So right away with HUSA, I think the reason so many people are interested in this specific stock has to do due to the huge rise that it saw from 40 cents all the way to $1.50. It promotes a lot of, like, you know, increase in volume and attention, right? So I'm guessing that's why it popped up in some of your guys' scanners. It might have been talked about like in stock Twitter or in Twitter, whatever it is. Regardless of what people say, it comes down to, like, do you see, you know, this stock to have potential? So basically it had this peak at $1.05 and it's had huge drops since then, and the volume has drastically decreased. It was on an upward trend and now it's on a downward trend. It kind of plateaued here at around like 50 cents and it started to bounce back up, but it's seen somewhat of a resistance right around here at 70 cents. Like, it's not holding above 70. And simply by saying that, like, I mean, I personally don't want to invest in something that isn't appreciating in value or is kind of at its resistance. Right now, this RSI indicator is indicating more that it's around 52 RSI. So again, that's not within my comfort area. What I'd like to see with HUSA is if I can get it in at one of the supports, meaning that around like 60 cents. Let's see if I can draw that out pretty nice. Right there. So let's just say 60 cents. It has a little pullback during market open, during pre-market hours, and it bounces at 60, so it shows that 60 is still a valid support. Then I can make the decision of jumping in at 60 cents or 61 cents and try to sell at around 65 to 66 cents. That's a resistance that it hit on Friday. So that's pretty much it when it comes to HUSA. I'm going to have to look a little bit more into this specific stock just because I don't know too much about it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, Tesla. And I want you guys to ask, like, why do you think Tesla was one that was requested? I mean, we necessarily focus on low cap stocks. This is not a stock that I see a lot of people focus on. I'm guessing these are more like swing traders. But if anything, it has a resistance at around like $384. And it's bouncing somewhat here at the support at 370. So if you guys can see these little bounces that it has, and it most likely will try to bounce again here at 370. but the resistance he had around 380. So that margin of profit, and again, a lot of people ask me like, what is it that I'm using? If you go here to drawing and you go to drawing tools, I use, it's called trend line. And I just click right here at the support at 369, and I go to the resistance that I had previously, and that's about 2.51%. So I guess for someone that's trying to do the $1,000 challenge, this might not be a horrible one to invest in. It does have that margin of profit of at least more than 2.34% growth within that specific day, but just know it doesn't move around as quickly as these other low cap stocks do. But if you're just trying to get the understanding and the fundamentals of investing, the lows and the highs, and this is definitely one that I think would be recommended to learn on, just because it's a lot easier to analyze. It's a lot easier to make the decision, since it's not a matter of seconds that you have to rely on to make it or break it. So these are the supports and these are the resistance that I see here. Low, high. If it bounces at the support at 370, then that would indicate that it's seen in a sign of upward momentum. And then the resistance at like around 380, as you guys can see here, kind of how it played out, just like this, right? So you want to make sure that you get in at the bounce and then sell at the resistance. And the RSI indicator was showing just that. So the RSI didn't hit nearly 70 RSI, but it did bounce exactly almost at this 30 RSI. So that's pretty sweet that it actually played out that way. But if you guys see over here, when it goes above 380, the RSI indicator shows that it's way on the overbought side, which indicates that it might be a little bit overvalued. So that's my analysis on Tesla. DCTH, I have seen that DCTH has been a very common one within our platform. And again, I don't want to talk about overhyping any stocks, especially if you don't see value in it. I think a lot of this has to do a lot more with momentum. And if you guys see, when it does these huge plays, that huge increases, it usually does them during aftermarket or pre-market hours, as it did it on Friday. And right now, it's pre-market hours, and it looks like, yep, it looks like it is rising again. So for those that held, great for you guys. But again, this is not a stock that I would trade in a sense, because it is less than 50 cents. It's one that's a lot harder to cut losses on. And when it comes to managing risk, that's something that I find to be very important to my role in being successful when it comes to trading. And although you guys could really make it or break it here, since if it bounced at like 5 cents and it hit highs of 9 cents, I mean, that's almost 100% profit. But it's just not worth it for me. I tend to see more losses than gains when it comes to trading these low cap stocks. So that's just me. But based on what I see here, is there's a support around 5 cents and a resistance. Oh shoot, let me go ahead and get that in there. And a resistance right around this 8 cent mark. Yeah, so it can squeeze above 8 cents, but not realistically, right? Realistically, it's at least hit this resistance about 3 times, and it's bounced here at the support at about 5 cents. About 3 times as well, as you guys can see here. So valid support, valid resistance. Again, if there's a pullback, I would wait for the bounce for it to start rising again. And then, this is closer to the resistance. It looks like it's way oversold. Way overbought. So indicating that that's a good sell right now. And a better buy when it's, hitting these lower supports and then cutting losses if it goes below 5 cents. But again, it does go below 5 cents every single time. So that's why it's so difficult to cut losses. Just to put into perspective, if you get in at 5 cents and then you cut losses at a fraction of a cent, that's already 10% loss. And that's why I don't trade these, because although it does have a lot of potential for profit, you never know what these like true penny stocks are going to do, and that's why I personally don't trade them. ADMP. ADMP. Okay, so $6.60, that's the resistance. Had a huge drop on Friday. Had a previous support at about $4.70. So it actually looks like it's bouncing and holding above $5. So if we can actually see a bounce at $5, then that would identify that to be a support. So during pre-market hours, I'm going to follow up with this one and see if it actually bounces. It looks like it held above $5 during aftermarket hours. So if it continues to see an upward trend, then that can be an indicator that instead of it going down, that it would actually start seeing signs of upward momentum, and maybe we can make our way back up to the $6 mark from the current $5 mark, which is well over that 10% profit. But the RSI indicator, although it shows that it is almost rising again, it's at about hitting lows of 45 RSI and highs of 50 right now. And then this EMA line right now it is showing now to see, show signs of upward momentum as the candlesticks are above. But again, we're going to have to follow up with EDMP and see how that one ends up playing out. Let's see. The one that I'm personally looking at today, just because I've already done the stocks that you guys asked, is ECYT. The reason that I find ECYT to be something very easy for me to trade is it's very easy for me to manage my risk. So I'm going to do a quick little analysis for you guys to see. For the past couple of days, there's been a valid support. It has not gone below 50 cents, right? $1.50. Again, just hear me out. No way do I want you guys to invest in something that you guys don't understand. I just want you guys to hear out my whole thought process. Valid support at $1.50, resistance at $1.60. What I mean by that is it doesn't hold very well above $1.60, although it has gone up there before, and it hasn't dropped below 150. So if I can get in close to this 150 support and cut losses if it goes below it. So again, getting in at like 151, which is the lowest point that it hit on Friday, getting in at 151, cutting losses if it goes below 150. So from 151, and if I cut my losses below 150, that's less than a 1% loss. When my potential for profit, if it simply rises back up to, let's say, 156, from 151 to 156, that's about 3.23% profit on the low end. And if it goes up to the 160 mark, it's 1.95. So again, my potential for profit is a lot greater than my potential for loss, and that's why I can manage my risk and can make sense of it, because in the past couple of days, the previous trend, it shows that 150 is a solid support, that it bounces at 150. But just in case it ends up not playing out the way that I expected, the simple plan for success that I have of cutting my losses below 150, because that is the support. So if it drops below the support, then I want to cut my losses. At least allows me to minimize my loss and promote growth if it ends up rising the way that I expect it to rise. And that is it, guys. Again, I do want to thank you guys again for tuning in. I apologize that I wasn't able to post. I am here now in San Sebastian, Spain. So I came to travel for about 2.5 weeks just to visit some friends and then my girlfriend. But other than that, I can't thank you guys again enough for the support. I have uploaded a new video that I filmed with a couple of my YouTube friends, like the Bo Bros and then Tanner. So I uploaded that video like maybe an hour ago. So for your guys' time, I know it's pretty early in the morning over there, but just wanted to let you guys know about that. I will be trying to upload it a little bit more consistently. But just due to the time change, it has been a little bit difficult for me to upload and stay on track, and also because of the lack of the Wi-Fi connection. So I do apologize that I haven't been as available as I usually am, but I want to thank you guys for everything it is that you guys do for me. Again, the link is provided for you down below if you guys aren't a part of TechCode Solutions. With all the different platforms that we have available, we're a little bit over 24,000 members now worldwide. And the thing that we do best is we provide a supportive and welcoming community for both new and experienced traders. So I hope you guys see value in that. And again, it is a 100% free group. You simply have to have a Facebook account and you just ask to join. And it's as simple as that, guys. Thank you guys. And again, like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.